This is Abnormal Entertainment.
There is nothing like watching a movie on the big screen, and with MoviePass, you can see unlimited movies every month from Abnormal Entertainment. Head to abnormalentertainment.com and click on the MoviePass banner to get your first month free. And after that, it's only $30 a month to see unlimited movies, even on opening day. Go as many times as you want. Have a blast with MoviePass and abnormalentertainment.com. Welcome, everybody, to the Cinema Head Cheese Podshort for Castlevania. This is Kevin Moyers, and I am talking about the Castlevania Netflix series. This is one of the things that people were excited about going into 2017. It was released that they would have an animated Castlevania show, and I thought, that's pretty cool. I only played Part 2, which was Simon Belmont's Revenge, or whatever the fuck it is. But he wasn't the original Belmont. Trevor Belmont was the original. And that's where the series focuses. I will say that it's very short. This is a 4-episode season, as usual. Spoiler alert, for I am going to speak of these things that occur during the time that the show runs, all 4 episodes. So I'm sitting one night working on some stuff for the Kevin Hates Everything book, which you can find at bunny17media.com, ebook or paperback, audiobook coming soon. Thank you, written by me. Anyway, I was watching Glow for the second time through. Got to, when you finish a series on Netflix, it'll post up what it thinks you should watch next. And, probably nostalgia is the connection they make here, because we're talking about things from the 80s. Glow is based on a thing from the 80s. Castlevania based on a thing from the 80s. But that was next. And obviously you're going from a Netflix series to a Netflix series. So I'd finished it for the second time. Castlevania comes up. I'm like, fuck it, I'll watch it. And I'm watching it and kind of half paying attention. And a lot of gory shit happens. I will tell you that right now. A lot of gory shit. And I was like, I need to watch this again. So I watched it a second time on a different day. First episode. And again, a lot of gory shit, a lot of interesting things, but I couldn't understand half of what was being said because the dialogue is kind of mushmouth. Unfortunately, a lot of crazy things happen, and what's being said is important. Dialogue's hard to hear underneath all of the explosions and killing and things like that. So I watched it a third time. And this time I put the subtitles on, closed captioning. And I'm going to have to say that's the only way to watch this show. That is one of 2 negatives on this series from me. The rest is good. The rest is all good. Now, here's where we start. We get in the beginning. You see a woman traveling through this creepy place. She gets to a castle, and Dracula basically is the guy that lives there. And, he's Von Turdling, whatever. He's Dracula. That's all you need to care about. So he has a full name. I don't give a shit what it is. I'm never going to remember it. Don't tweet me. I'm just saying. Okay. Anyway, it's Dracula. And she is not a skeptic, but she's not a religious type person. And she's a scientist. And scientists at this time in this country of Wallachia, they're seen as witches. So Dracula is very much a man of science, and the woman wants to learn from him. you can tell immediately, well, not immediately, but they have a little Sam and Diane thing going on. And, they're kind of, she's busting his balls, and he's like, ooh, I like that. Bust away. Do whatever else you want to my balls, please. And, she does. And they do marry. So, they marry. She learns from him. She gives him the gift of compassion. She tells him he should travel and see the world a little bit. Instead, he's been trapped in this castle, and he can make his castle appear anywhere. So he can travel via castle if he wants to, make the castle pop up wherever he needs it to, and which is kind of interesting. You don't see a lot of that happening during the series. I don't know if you will in future series, but future seasons, I should say. Well, series if you're British. But she convinces him to travel. While he is traveling, she is captured by a bishop and burned alive as a witch. Now, once Dracula finds this out, she's talking to him, like not telepathically or however the fuck. She's talking to him, have compassion. They don't know what they're doing. They're fucking morons. And, he used to say, hey, people are scum. We're vermin. We're a plague. And this just shores up all those feelings while she has tried to break it down. And she's a human being. He fell in love with a human being. But the masses are garbage to Dracula. So he appears sort of like the head at the end of Wizard of Oz. And he talks to this bishop. He's like, hey, fuck you people. You have 1 year to get your shit together, and you're all fucking dead. I'm going to come wipe out the entire country and kill all of you. You're toast. So that happens, right? And that was one of the dialogue things that was hard to understand. But again, reading the episodes, much easier with the dialogue. The bishop's like, psh, isn't shit that's going to happen. So, year goes by, and shit goes down. There's the head bishop who's like, see, it's been a year, we're fucking cool. And then all these demons come through, kill the bishop, and just start slaughtering people left, right, and center. There's one where this demon pokes two of its little prickle, bony, thorny fingers right through the back of a dude's head, comes out his mouth, and like, wham. In the second episode, you see a baby bassinet, just like somebody dumped a bucket of blood in there. They're just massacring babies. They don't give a fuck. They're here to wipe out humanity. At the end of the first episode, you see a couple guys, they're cousin brothers. You have to see it to know what I'm talking about. It's kind of funny. But they have Scottish accents for some reason. No idea why they have British accents throughout, or Scottish accents, or whatever in the country of Wallachia. No fucking clue. But that's just the way it is. I don't know why that's the default for everything when there is no known accent. Unless you're, in Gladiator, which takes place in, ancient Greece, and they all have British accents. That makes sense, right? Vikings don't have Nordic accents, and Thor and whatnot. Nah, let's go British. British, all those British Vikings. Anyway, so they're in this bar, and they're talking shit about the Belmonts, who were kind of, vampire hunters, and they were run out of town, so to speak. And, it's pretty crazy. Well, Trevor Belmont is sitting there drinking, and shit's about to pop off, and that's the end of the first episode, which is pretty crazy, right? So, second episode starts. Belmont has to fight all these guys in the bar, and, it's your classic one-on-many fight scenes, and it's pretty fun. It's enjoyable. Gets, all of the violence in this gets bloody and crazy and whatever else. So, he takes care of business there. Gets his ass kicked a little bit, but not too bad. And you see him using his whip, and he has his little dagger and shit like that, his little short sword. and some good fighting happens. There's a lot of action in these shows. After he's out of the bar, he heads to this town called Gresset, and he meets. He sees like these preachers. These preachers are they're bad people. Bishop runs him. The bishop, voiced by Matt Frewer, by the way, and Trevor Belmont is voiced by Richard Armitage. Look him up. You've seen him in a bunch of stuff, so you know the guy. But Matt Frewer, of course, most famously Max Headroom back in the day, but he's the bishop. He does so much voice work too. But anyway, they go into Gresset, and Belmont stops a preacher from killing a speaker. Speakers that carry history. There's one that's also a magician, and she's a part of things. She gets more involved with Belmont and his plight to take on Dracula. So it continues on, and it's interesting. I mean, there's a lot of dialogue, which is why it's important to kick those subtitles on. It's important to be able to know what's going on. I hope they fix that in the second season. I don't want to have to watch it with subtitles, but I probably will, just out of knowing how rough it was for the first season. You do see the magician, speaker, and Belmont kind of shore up the townspeople to fight against these demons. They come out at night. Daytime, you're pretty well safe, but they find ways to challenge and fight these demons. And, it's just, they're out, like I said, to wipe out humanity. It's pretty crazy. And in the end of the series, at the end of the fourth episode, they find an unlikely ally, which is always fun. And he and Belmont have a great fight scene, which is a lot of fun. And the speaker magician kind of stays out of it, lets them do their thing, because they have to. And I'm not going to give away who that is, but it's going to be the three of them versus Dracula. I don't know what the second season is going to entail, but only 4 episodes in the first is kind of weird. It feels like we didn't get a story. We got the beginning part of a story. So I don't know if they only did 4 because animation's difficult. They wanted to do it easy. Like when they did F is for Family, they only did 6 for the first season. They did 10 for the second. So I don't know, because of the time it takes to do animation, if they want to see, hey, are people going to watch this? It's good. I liked it a lot. I wish there was more to it, because it was like, oh shit, it's just getting going, and then you're done. So that was problematic for me. I didn't like that. Well, what the fuck, Not a lot happens, and nothing happens. It's all set up. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like reading the first 2 chapters of a book and then burning the rest of it. Like, what do you do? So, yeah, it's hard to watch it and not be frustrated, but it's good. It's a good start. I hope they continue it on. I guess the second season's set for next year. It's a long ways to wait, and people are probably going to have to revisit this and watch it again to remember what the fuck is going on. But I say watch it. If you're into the stuff, if you like animation, you like dark stuff, they swear a lot. It's not for kids at all. People get in their head, cartoon, it's for kids, but it's not at all. They say fuck more times than I do, which is pretty amazing. But it takes a lot of work. But it's an interesting show, good characters. Warren Ellis wrote it, and he's comic book guy. Has done everything and anything you can think of in that realm, and it's solid storytelling, interesting characters, and I'm looking forward to seeing what this trio does. Belmont, the speaker magician, and the third person, who I'll just leave off. I won't spoil that, but it's going to be a fun series if they continue it on. So it's bloody as shit, lots of fun. So go check it out. It's on Netflix, 4 episodes. You can get through it quickly. They're short episodes, too. It's like a half-hour show, basically. So I do recommend it. A lot of high hopes for Season 2. We'll see what happens. So thank you guys for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Head to abnormalentertainment.com for all of our podcasts. cinemaheadcheese.com for all of the reviews over there, as well as this podcast. I did a San Diego Comic-Con movie and TV trailer episode I dropped a couple days ago, so check that out. Next week I'm doing another Netflix series, which is called Friends from College. It's good that they have the word Friends in the title because it's reminiscent of Friends in many ways. But check that out. It'll be up next week. Get my thoughts on that show. Tons of Netflix. More coming. And keep your ears and eyes peeled. We are working on the first ever Cinema Head Cheese book, which will also be at bunny17media.com. So we're looking ahead to great things, and we're really barreling through this book stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited for it, and Dave and Jeff and Dalen Vicker and I, 4 of us are putting this together and having a great time. So, it's interesting. It's going to be a big coffee table movie book called the Schlockopedia. So there you go. A lot of different categories and movies and stuff like that for you to check out. But anyway, that's news for the future. So thank you again for tuning in. Remember, next week, Friends from College. Go check out the San Diego Comic-Con trailer show. And we'll see you next time. Subscribe and download back episodes of Cinema Head Cheese the podcast, and read all of our movie reviews and news at cinemaheadcheese.com. Email us at cinemaheadcheese@yahoo.com. Search Cinema Head Cheese on Facebook and tweet us at CINHeadCheese. And for more podcasts, books, comics, blogs, and videos, head to abnormalentertainment.com.
You've been listening to the Abnormal Entertainment Network.